Well, I can't think of anyone more perfect for the job, Stan. The only other suitable applicant was the one you saw leaving. I do have to ask you one thing, though. Your health.
Well, you mean my heart? Oh, that's no problem, Mrs. Reynolds. I've got that all under control. I really would like the job.
You realise it's the department's decision?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
But I can't think of a single reason why they'd object.
Well, look at your ugly, screwed-up faces, you stupid, the lot of you. Yeah, I did it, and it was fun. Fun seeing how dumb you are, you suckers. You believed everything I told you. You're all pathetic.
You are evil.
You hit me and I'll tell on all of you.
No one's going to hit you, Angel. No one's going to touch you. No one's going to talk to you. No one is going to acknowledge your presence. From now on, you don't exist.
Thought, at the very least, we were friends. What have I done?
Nothing. Don't be ridiculous.
Meg, please.
Don't touch me. Don't you dare touch me. Just stay away from me. Don't you dare touch me again.
Let me go!
Heard the lady. Rack off! You are.
She asked for it, she should have let.
Oh, it wasn't his fault. He was just trying to be friendly and thoughtful, but when he touched me, I just couldn't bear it. I abused him. I can't even remember what I said now. God, I don't know what's happening to me.
Meg, you cannot cope with this alone.
Well, I did cope with it alone, didn't I? I mean, I was alone when they attacked me, and I was alone when they beat me, and I was certainly alone when they...
Meg, I want you to go to the police and a doctor.
No. No.
But you must.
Look, I'll be all right. I just need time.
You need help. I can't sit by and see you have a complete nervous breakdown.
They'll want to know everything, and I've been trying to blot it all out, and they'll want to know everything.
Have you been able to blot it out? Will you report it?
Yes, all right.
I'll call the police, tidy up this mess and come with you.
I said I'd report it. There's no need to run a check on me.
That's not why I'm coming with you.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm so tense.
I'll stay with you.
Oh, careful with her.
Okay.
Clean her up as much as you can. See how bad it is. I'll keep it.
Get a cold flannel, quick. Deirdre? Deirdre? Are you okay, love? Deirdre?
Cold water's not going to be any good. She needs to go to hospital.
No, look, she's coming round. She's going to be okay.
But she was out.
She might have concussion. Rebecca. I'm sorry, Mum. No. Shh. She's going to be okay.
She will be now.
Someone a favour.
Oh, want some coffee?
Yeah, it sure does. Gives you renewed faith in people.
Well, some people, anyway. Tell you another thing.
What?
Frances and Alice aren't worth a cracker in a fair fight.
Oh, is there
But
a
Lou
fight?
looks after herself pretty
Oh,
well.
no.
She'll
her?
keep a low profile. She's a slugger, not a fighter.
Well, I've
Besides, she's
never
not going to
liked
give us
any
any
of them.
problems
They
at all.
frighten me.
With goons like that back, and she couldn't fight her way upstream.
Yeah, it's a pushover. Anyway, it's really the sneaks one has to look out for.
Oh.
To your coffee.
But then I knew they couldn't be reasoned with.
What did you say to them?
Can't remember word for word. Guy said something like, if they just leave, I wouldn't report it. Then I just kept talking and hoping they wouldn't touch me.
Right. Then?
Then they dragged me into the bedroom. Oh, I struggled. I kicked one and he hit me. I must have lost consciousness because when I woke up I was on the bed and I couldn't move my arms or my feet.
Can you go on? Mrs. Morris, I'm sorry, but it's essential that we take a full statement. I know how difficult it is for you, but if you can cope, it'll avoid going over it again.
Why didn't you report this straight away?
Just couldn't face it.
Now you can?
Surely that's understandable.
In some cases, I suppose,
What
but
do you mean in some cases?
you've worked as a prison officer and as a probation officer. You must have had experience of rapists or their victims.
What has my profession got to do with it, for God's sake? Do you think because someone works closely with crime it makes the violation any less painful?
Meg, calm
Oh, he
down.
doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right. All right.
Why don't you get us a cup of coffee? I'm sorry about that.
It's not your fault. I just don't think I can take any more.
You're up to giving us an identikit description on the attackers?
Just take it one step at a time.
Good. I'll have a break for a few minutes first.
I'm sorry about all the pain I caused you. Let's forget it, eh? I can't. I never helped you. I never understood what you were going through in here.
It's okay.
No, it's not. But I'll make it up to you. I promise.
Mum, I'll make a deal with you. How about we put all our mistakes behind us and start from scratch, eh?
I like that. It's a deal.
You'll be able to get this thing removed.
Perhaps I might keep it as a souvenir.
Oh, that's ugly.
Well, the only ugly thing around
Go
here...
on,
Kane.
Oh, a little accident.
I tripped.
Clumsy. Come on, Kane, pack up.
But what is it, a transfer?
In a way. Well, don't just sit there. Pack.
Well, couldn't you at least tell me where I'm going? I was hoping to stay with my daughter.
Oh, you can forget that. It's not likely bail's going to come through for this one.
Bail?
You're on your way out. Mum, let's say goodbye.
Yes, dear.
You've been an age. Your dinner's nearly ruined.
Well, it doesn't smell like it. What's cooking?
Something you've never had before. It's a new recipe I had off Thel. I get tired of making the same old things. You look a bit peaky, Law.
Well, I'm not. I'm as fit as a fiddle and ready for dinner. After we have a little talk.
The dinners.
Won't take a minute. How do you feel about me going back to work?
You just retired.
Yes, I know. And I feel myself getting older every minute. Oh. Edie, I've got too much life for me to be sitting around for the rest of my days.
Stan, you never been one to sit around. The garden is a credit to you. And since you touched up the paintwork, the flat looks like new.
Yes, well, that's just the point. It's not enough to keep me occupied. I need more of a challenge.
I'd no idea you felt like this.
Well, I didn't want to say anything till I'd done something about it. Today I did.
What you been up to?
I've applied for a job.
Hey, good for you. Whereabouts? What sort of job?
I went to see Mrs. Reynolds at Wentworth. It looks pretty good, too. She seemed very pleased to see me.
Of course she was pleased to see you. Weren't you the best prison officer she ever had?
No, Edie, I wouldn't say that.
You did more for those poor women than many of their own families.
Well, I did my best.
There was the pianola and the gardening. You took an interest, and that's what they appreciated.
And that's what Mrs. Reynolds appreciates. It's no surprise to me she wants you back again. Good prison officers, they're few and far between.
Oh, now, Edie, hold on. It's not as a prisoner.
I know. You haven't got the job yet, but that's just the department, all those formalities. You'll be a shoo-in for it, mark my words. I wager they wouldn't have had all those riots and strikes if you'd been there. And they know it too. You sure you feel up to it, Laura? Well, I mean, it's full time and hard work, and with your heart and all.
Of course I'm up to it.
Well, I think you are. As long as you're sure.
As eggs.
Stan, I'm looking forward to it as much as you are. You always look so dashing in your uniform. Oh, my chicken meringue. Oh, wash up, Stan. It's nearly on the table.
Looks like Alice and Francis are giving us a wide berth.
Yeah, good. We can use all the space we can get.
Rube seems to be keeping to herself.
Hope she's not going to give us the cold shoulder. Every time Maya tries to help her, she backs off.
She'll be okay. She's got a lot to think about.
Speaking of cold shoulders, I can feel one coming on now. Anyway, what happens was the taxi pulls up. He says to me, "You've taken me round the long way." I said, "What are you talking about? There's only $3.50 on that meter, and you're so drunk I'll have
said
to
I'd like
siphon
to
you
sit
out."
down.
He's making a hell of a racket. His wife comes out.
I want to sit down.
She's got hair rollers on. She's got face cream on. She says, "I'll pay." She gets her wallet out, opens it up.
Look, I want to sit down. Where am I meant to eat this? Have you all gone deaf?
God, some people won't take no for an answer, will they? So the next thing that happens, she's winning the paper.
Oh, what did you tell me?
The paper, and I'm acting as a marriage guidance counselor.
Okay, if I sit here?
Yes, sure.
Mum asked me to say goodbye. She wanted to thank you, both of you.
Glad she's out.
Clean it up. Adams, clean it up.
I was just going to get a brush and pen, Miss Ferguson.
Don't bother. Clean it up with your hands. Do it now.
Yes, that's right. The chin was like that. Although I think it could have been a bit fuller.
Fine. Now let's try the eyes again. Heavy lidded?
Yes. No, not like that. I think the eyes were much smaller. But the expression's all wrong.
In what way?
Well, he was leering. I mean, that first moment that I opened the front door, the expression was horrible. I mean, it was leering and horrible.
More like this.
Oh, no, that's not him. I'm sorry, that's just not him.
Okay, that's all right.
Oh, it's wrong. I'm sorry, but it's just all wrong.
Mrs. Morris, we've got plenty of time, so just take it easy.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever be able to do this. I'll never forget that man's face, never. But I just can't seem to be able to describe him.
She's exhausted. Couldn't we do this tomorrow?
The quicker we get it over with, the easier it's going to be.
Oh, it's all right. I'll try again. I'm sorry I'm taking so long.
Just take your time.
It just seems so hopeless. I feel as though I'm wasting your time.
Here. Have this. And you're not wasting anyone's time, Mrs. Morris. We'll get this character. You'll see.
Tried talking to her after tea. Thought she would have cooled off after we gave Angel such a hard time. She didn't want to know.
It's no use trying to push Bobby. She'll just dig her heels in harder.
I even left her a peace offering on a bed, bit of cake Gray gave me.
She'll come around her own good time.
Yeah, well, you don't have to share with her. It's like being locked up with a block of ice.
Ice melts, you know.
Oh, Miss Rogers, got a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
You heard about Miss Ferguson, the trafficking charges?
Not a thing. The department's got the report, but they haven't called Ferguson in yet.
And what does that mean?
Well, it doesn't look good. If they went for it, they'd have hauled her up by now.
Talking of being hauled up, what's your situation?
I gotta go before the board.
This isn't going to work, you know. We're never going to get her on trafficking and contraband.
Now you tell us.
What we need is something concrete. She's got to be caught at doing something that she simply can't lie her way out of.
Like putting the hard word on Erica Davidson.
Now, hang about. That's not a bad idea.
Oh, Jude.
No, I don't mean Mrs. Davidson, do I? I mean one of us.
Oh, come on, it's been tried before and it's failed.
That's because it hadn't been thought through properly. Now, we don't have a million ideas here. Let's just kick this one around a little bit.
All right, well, who would we set her up with? Who would she go for?
Who do you think?
Just about anyone she could get. Mind you, I could be biased.
How about Angel? Yeah, it's a rotten idea.
Oh, no, don't look at me. My mum would have a stroke.
That's another rotten idea. Hey, someone in a uniform.
Oh, no, I can't. I mean, they'd smell it as a setup a mile off.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have to fancy you. It just has to look that way.
Oh, well, that opens up the field. It could be anyone from Bobby to Dot.
Yeah, now how about Bobby?
Oh, I don't think she's in the mood to do us any favours.
Means getting rid of the freak. She'll be doing herself a favour.
Well, eh? Why don't you go around and see how she's enjoying that little piece of cake?
Do you think it could work?
Yeah, I do. Well, it's worked before. Let's face it. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie.
Did you see the cake?
Yeah.
I put it there.
Who for?
Oh, the bloody milkman.
Trying to grease me, are you?
No, I just want us to be mates like we were before.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before you started putting me down.
Yeah, all right. Look, I'm really sorry, all right? Don't you want some? It's pretty good.
Here.
Thanks.
Oh, that's right.
Does this mean we're mates again?
Suppose.
Looks like a truce.
It is, but only between us.
Oh, does that mean we're on the outer?
Yeah, well, you believed Angel's lies over a mate's word, didn't you?
Yeah, well, there were a few of us guilty of that, love.
Come on, we were grateful that you found out about her when you did.
Yeah, I'm sorry I came down so
All
hard.
right, don't get so soppy about it, jeez. Besides, I guess she's getting what's coming to her now.
Yeah, she is. But there's someone who isn't. And we need your help.
No, he's definitely not in here. We're not getting anywhere, are we?
Oh, don't bet on it. We've got a general description. We might pick up some prints. You've done very well.
May I take Mrs. Morris home now?
Not just yet. You'll have to see the police surgeon first.
You all right?
I just wish there was something more positive I could do or tell you. It just seems so little to go on.
We'll worry about that. You come back into the picture when we actually get them. That's as long as you still want to press charges.
Well, of course I do. If I hadn't already decided on that, I wouldn't even be here.
Good. I hope you stick by it.
Well, why wouldn't I?
Oh, a lot pull out at the last minute. They go through all this. The report, the statements, and when we haul the bloke in, the victim gets cold feet and won't testify.
And then you have to let him go free.
Yes. It's a sore point with us.
We don't blame the victims. The court appearance can be worse than anything they've already had to face. But it really sticks in your throat when you have to watch a rapist walk out of here free.
If you can catch these men, they won't walk away free, because I won't back out. I promise you I'll see it through. Right to the end.
Come on, Bobby.
Will you do it?
Bobby.
Have you gone stir crazy or something?
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I'm not going to do it. Give the freak the come on ya.
Nothing is going to happen. We'll be there.
Yeah, you're right. Nothing will happen because I won't be there.
Oh, please, Bobby.
Look, I've already got to see the VJ as it is. Forget it.
I know that it seems a lot to ask, mate, but if you do this and we pull it off, the freak's going to be out of here on her ear.
Then why don't you do it?
Well, because I'm a bit past that sort
Yeah,
of
you're
thing.
past it and I'm not up to it.
Look, I think this is wasting time.
Is this what's behind that crummy bit of cake of
Oh,
yours?
come on.
Oh.
The cake had nothing to do with it. It wasn't Marlene's idea. It was ours.
Anyway, you've got to do it, Bobby. You're the only one here who looks credible with her.
Thanks, I ought to slap you in the mouth for that.
She meant it as a compliment.
Yeah, and I mean it when I say I'm not going to do it, and that's final.
It's unfortunate that you showered after the assault. Makes my job very difficult, if not impossible, to get a sample.
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking of that at the time.
Time's vital for obtaining proof.
I know.
Never mind. Damage is done now.
Thank you. I'm sorry for being raped and putting you to so much trouble.
Oh, I don't mean to appear unfeeling, Mrs. Morris. It's just that I thought you'd want the examination dispatched as quickly and impersonally as possible.
Sorry, it's just that I keep getting feelings of persecution.
Understandable. I know it's no consolation, but you're one of the lucky ones.
What?
You're a mature and, I suspect, emotionally stable woman. I've had to examine small children who've been subjected to the same ordeal that you've just suffered. Try not to worry about the tests. We'll let you know immediately if there's any evidence of venereal disease.
Keen, you're also rostered on workshop, but only light duties. Okay, move out.
Glad we got rostered together. Yeah, well, just don't try coming heavy with me, because I'm not doing it, and that's that.
Well, we're going to have to come up with a new idea.
No, it's the right idea. We just need the right bait.
The right bait for what?
Adams, what are you rostered on today?
Laundry.
Then you better get along.
Yes, Mrs. Morris. Gee, you look terribly tired. You must be worn out after the other night.
What are you talking about?
Didn't Mr. Cleary take you out? He said he was going to.
Did he? It is not polite to inquire into the private lives of the officers.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry. I really wanted to congratulate you. It's not often you find a handsome young man like Mr. Cleary who appreciates an older woman.
Get back to work.
Oh, I'm sorry, it sounded terrible. I didn't mean it like that. Well, I think you're awfully attractive, and I'm sure you've got all sorts of men just beating on your door.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. I'll be in directly. Goodbye. I start work this morning.
Stan, this morning? Oh, I'll have to cut your lunch. Now, I've got some cold lamb.
Now, look, don't rush. I've got a few things to do before I set off. I want to pop down to the nursery and pick up a few things.
Now, what do you want down the nursery, love?
Dear, the truth of the matter is the job
those
is...
girls gardening again. Oh, Stan, it's just the thing. It's no wonder they want you back immediately.
No, Edie, it's not that.
Oh,
It's...
shh, of course it is. You sound just like Thelma. When I said to her you were going back to Wentworth, she said, as what? I said, as a prison officer, of course. What do you think? She didn't believe me. She said, once you've retired, you've retired. Nonsense.
Edie, when did you tell her all this?
Early on, she was in her garden when I brought back the garbage bin.
But I didn't have the job then.
No, but I knew you would. I knew that right from the start, and I'm going next door right now to tell her so.
Now, Edie, wait a minute.
It won't be a tick, Stan. Hey, and you will remember to bring back her uniform, won't you, love? In case it needs altering.
There's no other possibilities we can trust.
Don't keep looking at me like that. I told you before, I don't mind helping, but I'm not going to do that sort of thing.
Okay. I just wish I was 10 years younger. I would show you all how easy it is.
Oh, now you sound like Dot.
Oh, God.
Oh, geez, this bloody dryer's still busted. When are they going to get someone to come in and fix it?
Oh, today, probably.
While they're at it, they can get someone to look at the machine. Look what it's done to this sheet.
Machine didn't do that. It's been slashed.
Wouldn't want to do a thing like that.
You need more than one guess?
Well, it couldn't have been me. I don't even exist.
Miss Ferguson, this dryer is still busted. How are we supposed to get the work done without it?
You've got plenty of hot air, Desmond. Why don't you blow on it? What we need is a repairman. No kidding. I'm sure the governor is looking into it. In the meantime, I've brought a friend to see you. Get in here and get to work.
Oh, Pixie. Oh, that's a lovely welcome. At least you could say hello.
And she skewered him with a knitting needle.
What about Mari Winter? Tell her about
No,
Mari.
let that wave. What about you, love?
Yeah, any more husbands lately, Pix?
Bobby, meaningful relationships are all I'm interested in nowadays.
Oh, yeah, I used to have them every Saturday night.
Well, I don't suppose you feel like telling us why you're back here.
Oh, that. Oh, you wouldn't believe it.
Try me.
Well, there I was in this jewellery shop.
Jewellery shop?
Yes, minding my own business when this gorgeous man walked past.
And?
Well, it completely went right out of my mind.
What did?
The brooch.
What brooch?
Oh, didn't I tell you I was trying it on?
So you had it on still when you walked out of the jewellery shop?
Yes.
Expensive?
It was $2,000.
Oh, my God.
What about the gorgeous man?
Oh, honestly, he was better looking than Burt Reynolds. I caught up with him again outside.
Geez, you get him in every time, eh, Pix?
He turned out to be the store detective.
Hey, listen, I don't suppose you've had the chance to visit Cass?
Oh, yeah, lots. Oh, she seems much better.
Oh, good. Does she ever ask about us?
No, not really. Well, the only thing she remembers about this place is... Oh,
What is it?
Bobby's baby. I didn't have the heart to tell her.
Well, your 3 months will fly by, Pixie.
Oh, yes. And it's so good to see you all again and to meet Marlene and Angel.
Ah, yes. Well, Angel has been sent to Coventry.
Coventry? But wasn't she the one who just took the skip out?
It's a long story. I'll tell you later. Meet up with any of the new screws?
No, just Miss Ferguson. I thought she got the sack.
Reinstated, but not for long.
Was she leaving?
We're working on it.
Oh, well, if there's anything I can do to help.
Funny you should mention that, Pixie.
Oh, how exciting.
So, it is with great pleasure that I present you with the Wentworth regulation overalls.
Thank you. I'll wear them proudly.
It's good to have you back, Stan.
Oh, it's good to be back. I'm afraid I've just been sitting at home growing old ungracefully.
I think I'll be the same. Our keys, there they are. They're all marked.
Oh, good. Well, thanks. It's...
Anything you're not sure of?
No, it all seems pretty straightforward.
Good. You know my door's always open if you do have any problems.
Yes, thank you. Right, into the fray.
Oh, I'll take you round to meet all the new personnel as soon as you've got yourself organised.
Oh, good, I'd appreciate that. There is one thing, it's really not a problem. I was just wondering if my old uniform is still about.
Yes, should be.
Well, being such an incurable old sentimentalist.
Well, of course, the staff have got new ones now. In fact, I must remember to have the old ones burnt.
Well, if that's the case, I wonder if I might have it. As a keepsake.
Well, yes, I don't see why not, as long as the department agrees.
Oh, good. Well, thanks. Thanks very much. As I said, it's just not a problem. I just thought it might be... Oh, must be getting old. Thanks, Mrs. Reynolds.
Hi.
Oh, just getting a coffee. Do you like one?
No, thanks. I just came by to see how you are. Is everything okay?
Oh, why wouldn't it be?
You seem to be avoiding me.
Sorry, don't know what you mean.
Avoid, to keep away from, to ignore?
Look, we are in a work situation, remember? I haven't time to stand around arguing all day.
Please. What is it?
Nothing.
Is it something I've said or done, isn't it? But there is something wrong.
As a matter of fact, there is. I've been raped. Is that reason enough? I'm sorry I've been avoiding you. I'm sorry I haven't been myself. No,
Meg.
no, don't touch me. I can't bear it.
It's okay. It's all right. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do to help. I'm here if you need me.
Another trial?
Naturally. I Wentworth.
Stan's his late proctor, Stan Dobson.
How are you?
Oh, hi.
Stan's our new handyman.
Lovely. Handy with what, dare I ask?
I've just been explaining to Stan that with your penchant for vegetarian dishes, you two should have a lot in common. It was Stan who fixed up the prison vegetable patch last time.
Oh, really?
Yes, I used to be an officer here.
Oh, I salute you, sir. Producing anything from that sunless wasteland out there. I didn't say that. Makes you a horticultural giant, in my view.
Oh, the women get much.
Stan, the man must have gone sinner. I want to come back into this town.
Never had much to do with him in D-Block. What's he like?
Old.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing, just said he was old, that's all.
Trouble with you young louts, no respect.
Yeah, all right.
Oh.
I hope it doesn't upset my stomach.
Oh, no. Dot Farah.
That's right.
How are you?
Terrible. Not as much good complaining in this place.
And you'll remember Rebecca Keane.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
G'day. Rebecca decided to take a short break from us while you were gone.
Did she?
Yeah. Had to come back, though. Ferguson's smiling face couldn't live another day without it.
Well, I suppose it should work, having an officer helping us and all.
It's up to you, though, Pixie. I don't want you to think you're being forced into it.
Yeah, well, I reckon you're mad. I wouldn't do it. I don't want to cut bloody extra time.
Well, how else are we going to get the freak?
Do you want to get rid of her or not?
Yeah, I'm just worried about Pixie being locked up with her alone, that's all.
She's not going to be alone.
Well, let me see if I've got it right. Now Bobby keeps Knit, and then Marlene goes out to get an officer, and as soon as Bobby sees Marlene coming, well, then Heather opens the door to let you and Jude out, and then the officer arrives, and it looks like Heather's opening the door to see what the problem is, and there we are, Miss Ferguson and I in a compromising situation.
You've got it, love. Now, there's no need to touch the freak. Jude and I will take care of it.
Oh, yeah, and the freak just yells, set up.
How? Is Pixie supposed to have come the heavy or something? Now, it's up to you three. Jude and I are going to be in here forever anyway.
Yeah, and I don't think I've got a job to lose.
Oh, well, I think it's all exciting. It's sort of like a thriller with me as the leading lady.
Marlene? Bobby?
Yeah, well, I reckon if you're already in the poo and you're still willing to help us, then I'll be in it.
Good. Give us a week and the freak will be nothing more than a name on a dunny door.
What's the problem?
Meg,
What do you mean?
I know.
I'm surprised she told you.
I'm afraid I bullied her into it. What are we going to do?
I'm not sure that it's a matter of doing anything. We just have to stick by her.
I'll certainly do that, but there must be more we can do to help. Look, it's not just the rape itself. It's her mental attitude. She'll probably never trust a man again. If I ever meet those two bastards. We were growing so close, and now
Forgive me, but are we talking about you or Meg?
What do you mean? Meg, of course. Look, I was just trying to look at it from her point of view, for God's sake. No, I wasn't, was I?
Well, it's not an easy thing to come to terms with. Especially when it happens to someone you care about. Someone with high morals.
It's so bloody hard just sitting on the sidelines.
Hey, watch this. It's the same machine that gave her the shock last time.
Jump, Bobby.
Oh. Boom! Oh! Got you,
Bobby,
Pete.
you little monkey!
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Dobson. Well, you can't keep away from the place, can you?
I'm the new handyman.
Yeah, I heard rumors.
Oh, it's great to see you back, Mr. D. Oh, this is Rabbit. You haven't met her yet. Hi.
Yeah.
Mr. Dobson used to be an officer here, one of the best.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Anyway, it's Stan now.
I think I prefer Jerry for geriatric.
Shut up, Lou.
No, what seems to be the problem?
This dryer, it keeps cutting in and out.
Oh, right.
God, he can hardly stand up. Two choices, Kelly. Apologise or I rearrange your face.
It's all right, Myra. That's one of the advantages of growing old, you see. People like Miss Kelly don't upset me anymore. If anything, I feel sorry for them. Surely a sign of cowardice and small-mindedness to have to get your kicks from someone my age.
So, Rouse now says the bomb hoaxer and the person who wrote those letters are two different people.
How did I come to that conclusion?
Something to do with postmarks.
So the letter writer is still at large?
They've picked up a suspect.
Who?
They wouldn't say. They're setting up an identification parade.
Do you feel up to that?
Well, I'll have to, won't I?
I'll come with you.
Oh, no, it's all right.
How about if the unofficial social worker came along?
No, I'll be fine, really.
Please. Look, I'd really like to.
What sort of information?
The expensive kind.
Don't get cute with me, Kelly.
Suit yourself. There's another plan to nail you. This time with a screw helping.
Wouldn't be Miss Rogers by any chance? All right. And what do you want?
Mate of mine went for the handyman's job. I want him in and Dobson out.
We'll see.
Okay. It's a Bashan setup, using Mason, in her cell. They're all in on it, except Desmond and Bryant are the heavies.
Where does Rogers fit in?
She's going to lock the door and make sure you're caught in a compromising situation.
That sounds about right. The day those bird brains come up with something really clever, I think I will resign.
So what do we do?
We make them look ridiculous, as usual. You take care of Rogers. Teach her a few lessons about the real facts of life.
Must see if Alice and Francis are free.
Don't go overboard, Kelly. I'd hate her to be unconscious and miss the good bits.
When?
I'll give you a signal when they start their little hoax. See, Kelly? The best laid plans of mice and morons. It's almost sad in a way, isn't it?
And when I suggested new varieties, the women sounded very enthusiastic.
Courgette and aubergine.
Of course.
I'll just charge the department for the seeds.
Fine. I can't tell you how good it is to feel useful again. I'm really very grateful.
Oh, no need to be grateful. You were the best person for the job. And I know that for a fact. Your nearest rival turned out to be a very poor loser.
I think I know the one you mean. I don't suppose you've had a chance to check...
the uniform. Yes, the department's got no objections, so if you're free sometime tomorrow after lunch, we can...
Oh.
You're busy.
No. Look, I hate to be a nuisance. It's just that I promised Edie tonight. As a souvenir. She's been a bit down of late.
I think we could disappear for 10 minutes without sparking a mass escape. Come on.
Talk about earache. Couldn't get a senile word out of Mrs. O. But that Ray, he never stops. Or that woggo lingo, saute and blanche. Where is everybody anyway?
Just what I was about to say. Giving our little minds a rest, are we?
Quick, it's Pixie. She's lying in there, so you should see all the blood.
Well, sounds as though we need Sister Hall.
Mightn't be time. I'll get her if you like.
Good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Come on. Well, what are you going to do? Stand there and scream for Sister Hall?
Second from the left.
Sure?
So I'm sure.
Book him. Peter Wright. Does the name mean anything to you?
No.
You sure of that?
Yes, will you stop asking me if I'm sure?
Oh, I'm sorry, but he maintains he knows you.
What?
Yeah, just before the line-up, he changed his story. He admitted to being in your flat.
Well, so he's confessed.
I'm afraid you're in for a hard time. According to him, you've been having a secret affair. Oh, he admits that intercourse did take place. But he says, if anything, you encouraged him.
Let's go! Where's Fran and Al?
Gone.
Where?
Dropped in for a little chat about bashing my mum. They went all shy. I got a score to settle with you.
Wait, please.
I didn't like what you did to my mother. I didn't like it at all.
Listen, there's a deal going with the freak.
I'm listening.
She's been set up by Desmond and her mates. I've got to help her.
Oh, you're breaking my heart.
I'll cut you in. Big.
Me? Help the freak. And as for Desmond and her mates, they're the ones who saved my mother from you maggots. You're not going anywhere.
Get a blanket, quick. Oh, don't tell me
Take
this
your
is...
clothes off.
Take my clothes off? What are you talking about?
Although the new uniforms are very smart, I still prefer these.
Molly, what is it? Oh, it's Pixie. Miss Ferguson's got her. I heard her scream. I think she's raping her. What? You better come quick.
Excuse me, would you?
Well, what are they going to say? Pixie back only a couple of seconds, and you can't keep your hands off her. That's very funny coming from you, Bryant.
What's the matter?
Something's wrong, Laura.
What?
Look at her. She's not in the least bit nervous. I think someone has lagged on us.
Is it?
I can't wait to hear your explanation to the governor. Oh, my God, she set us up! Heather! Hang on! Well, hurry up! Oh, wait, look at her. She doesn't know. You don't know, do you?
Oh, your explanation's gonna be a doozy. What on earth is going on in here? Just another pathetic attempt at a setup.
The whole thing was my idea.
me! Why?
That's enough out of you.
You bastard!
Easy.
Somebody found out about us, did they?
I said that's enough.
Are you all right? I'm afraid this is only the beginning. His whole defence is going to be based on an alleged prior association. You all right, mate?
Yeah, it's just that I saw a man leaving Meg's flat the night before. I think it was him.
So all visiting privileges will be removed until further notice, and you will all face charges of conspiracy against an officer. To say that I am bitterly disappointed in you, Desmond, and you, Bryant, would be an understatement. Miss Ferguson, get them out of my sight, would you? Come along. Come on. And as for you, I am utterly disgusted. There was a chance that your job could have been saved.
I didn't think there was any hope. I wanted to do something worthwhile before I left.
Worthwhile?
I wanted to get rid of Joan Ferguson once and for all. Everyone knows she's bent. Nobody can prove it.
I did understand your bitterness. But for you to have even considered this course of action is unforgivable. I have no option now but to dismiss you. Collect your things and leave the premises immediately.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare.